Hi friends! Today I'd like to share some great information with you about closing costs and that are associated with a real estate transaction. So buyers have closing costs and sellers have closing costs. But sometimes they just kind of are grouped into one whole big closing cost basket. And for buyers and sellers, it kind of feels a little bit like a four-letter word, like, oh, closing costs, I don't want to hear anything about it. But there are fees that are associated with purchasing and with selling a home. One of the biggest closing costs that is out there for buyers is the fees that they pay in order to secure their new loan. There's origination fees, processing fees, appraisal fees, and those, depending on the price of the home, can be roughly about 2 to 3% of the asking price. So on a $300,000 home, they'd probably hover right there around $6,000 or $7,000. So you might ask, what if I don't have that money available to me? Once I do my down payment, I don't have enough money for my closing costs. Well, the great news for buyers is you can ask the seller to pay those closing costs for you. And what does that look like? So I'm going to use really, really simple math. Let's say a home was listed for $310,000 and you needed $5,000 in closing costs. If you wanted to make the seller a full price offer, you'd actually offer them $315,000 because that $5,000 that you need for your closing costs doesn't go to the seller. It goes to pay your closing costs. So we basically just factor it in to the purchase price. And from a seller's perspective, they're going to look at what their net number is. So if they say, well, we need a full price offer on our house that's listed for $310,000, they could either take an offer for $310,000 with no closing costs, or they could take an offer for $315,000 with $5,000 in closing costs, and those two offers are essentially identical. They net the seller the same exact amount. So don't fear if you feel that you don't quite have the liquidity to do a down payment and take care of your closing costs. There's a lot of really great options available to you as a buyer that we can explore together. So if you have any questions about closing costs, please go ahead and leave those in the comments below, and I hope you have a really awesome day. Take care.